The year 2000, Promotion Wars was born. It was worked on and improved for the next 5 years. Then development stopped for 16 years. In 2021, the original developer, aka me, returned to move the game forwards once again. It started with the 21st anniversary edition, the current version of the game. This brought in things like a bigger screen, colour schemes, wrestler picks, unlimited titles, trios titles, interim titles, title belt pictures, unlimited promotions, max wheel support, the data pack system, and the draft feature. That was the work over a 3-year period, and then all focus went onto a major new release. The biggest step up Promotion Wars has ever taken. What is now known as Promotion Wars 2026. This is me looking at every aspect of the game with fresh, experienced eyes and moving it from where it is to its final form, completing a 25+ year journey. This final form will take shape over 4 releases, the first of which being by far the biggest. You can see all that has been confirmed for release 1 at PW2026.com, and there are several videos on the YouTube channel going into depth about those new features. Okay, so a huge amount of work has gone into this game in the last couple of years. You know about the full screen mode. You know about the brand new roster screen that can be filtered and sorted in many different ways. You know about the brand new wrestler profile screen with their brand logo, pictures of the titles that they hold, overexposure, winning streak, draws, new stats, height, weight, loads of new ring styles, experience level, divisions, attributes, new alter egos, booking stats. You know about the brand new tag team screen with tag team finishers, tag team managers, momentum, win-loss draws, and as many tag teams per wrestler as you want. And you know about the new stable screen with stable logos and stable momentum, designated talkers and leaders. You know that title history now has defenses and every column can be sorted with the click of a mouse. You know that you can now have quarterly shows, C-shows, and set ring announcers. You know about this brand new special event screen where you can have as many special events as you want per year, and you can auto schedule them, and you can have designated special event announced teams. You've seen the brand new calendar system where live events can have their own logos and names, and TV shows can have one-off special names and one-off logos. You know there's now unlimited feuds with any combination of gender. You know venues can now have pictures, can be set as home venues, and there is a quick search feature. You know about birthdays, you know about deaths, and of course you know about auto save. So why don't we look at some things that you don't know about yet? So starting on the home screen, I've reduced the number of options available to the player on the home screen menu to make it as simple as possible for new players and not overwhelm them. So all they'll do is they'll pick from a limited number of options the one that suits the most. For example, if we're looking for TV ratings, we'll go to TV shows. If we want the announce team for our TV shows, we'll go to TV shows. So you might have, say, 10 things to choose from initially. You'll choose one of those, and then you'll have maybe 5 more things to choose from there, rather than a screen filled with 50, 60, 70 buttons like in TEW. Personally, I really don't like the way TW does that. It really overwhelms me. So this is really aimed at anyone that feels the same way as me and just wants to find where they need to go quickly and easily and instinctively. Now if we go to the other wrestlers screen, you can see here that I've added a quick search text box to easily find the wrestler you want if there's 2,000 wrestlers in the data pack. And it also works off alternative names. So I'll show you how that works. Say we're looking for Dwayne Johnson, it'll show us The Rock. And of course you can also search for a part term. Here's all the people with ARM in their name. Now also, you'll be aware that the other wrestlers screen has the columns Draw, Technical and Hardcore. Obviously in Promotion Wars 2026 there's a lot more stats, so what if we want to see different ones? So now you can go to Columns and you can choose what each of those ones say. So whatever combination you fancy. And there you go. And as always, you can sort them by clicking the column heading. Advanced Search has also been updated to have all the extra stats in. And a new one is when their contract expires. So if you want to just see wrestlers that the contract expiring this year or maybe next year, then you can. So you can quickly see who's coming up on the free agency list. And if we go into one of the wrestlers, you'll see that I've redesigned the other wrestler screen to fit in with the profile screen of your wrestlers, which we covered in the last video. And so this one's, you can see the logo of the promotion they're under contract to. And over here it tells you when they're under contract to, what their wages are and their booking fee, and their experience. The ring styles, which of course you can have up to 3 ring styles per wrestler now. Their exact height and exact weight, and these extra stats here. And you can also see their attributes. AJ Francis doesn't have any, but if you watch the last video, you'll see some examples of attributes. Now if we go back to the home screen, go to TV shows, you'll see that there's a new button here, Talk Show Segments. Anyone familiar with Promotion Wars will know that the talk show segments used to be part of the Your Promotion screen. I've moved them here to be part of the TV shows. So at the moment we have no TV show segment. So let's make one. Big Bill's Barbershop. And we can select for the first time a talk show segment logo. And the host of this obviously will be Big Bill. And there we go, Big Bill's Barbershop, hosted by Big Bill. And you can have one per brand if you have a brand split. Now I'll switch to a different data pack and join TNA Wrestling to show you this bit. On the other part of the home menu, you've now got 3 options. You, TNA, the world. So deliberately escalating in size there. Now the world is just what you're used to as the list of promotions in order of size. That's how it will remain for release 1 of PW2026, but that screen will be getting worked on more in the subsequent releases. U is a brand new screen, and this is, as you may expect, all about you. So it'll tell you the game date that you started on, and the number of shows you booked, the number of matches you booked, if you are into stats like that. And something about your performance here and whether you're on a warning. The main chunk of this is how you progress, and the whole progression scheme of Promotion Wars has been rewritten for PW2026 to make it more simple and allow you to unlock more things. So you'll remember that a version of this was on the TV show screen in the 21st anniversary edition. So that's now moved to the U screen. and it's a simple checklist. So we're currently level 4 out of 6. To reach the next level, get green ticks on all of these things. So the one thing we do have is a ring size of at least 18 foot square. You'll find out more about that in just a moment. Likewise, production facilities and office facilities have at least 2 90 draw wrestlers under contract. Average over 850,000 viewers for the last 10 A shows. And if you've got 10 A shows recorded, it will show you what your current average is here. Clearly DNA are about 250,000 at the moment, so they're a little bit off. Need attendance of at least 5,000 this year. And keep your momentum at least 80% for 250 days in a row. And that figure, and in fact all of these things, is unique to each level that you can increase to. So obviously a level 1 to a level 2 upgrade will have entirely different criteria to this. And if you want to find out what you will unlock when you reach level 5, click down here and you see you can offer 4-year contracts, you can do a brand split, you can have quarterly specials, and you gain the option to have an A show too if you want it. Now you'll see this button down the bottom. How this works is once you've got all these things ticked, this button becomes enabled. And you can click it whenever you're ready, and what that will do is invite your network execs to the next show. And again, this is specific to a level 4 promotion reaching a level 5 promotion. It will say different things if you are a level 1 going to level 2 or a level 2 level 3, etc. In this case, you've already got national TV, so what you'll do is you'll invite your TV execs to your next show, and you'll have to impress them. You'll have to get a certain show rating for that show, and I'm talking about the quality, not the TV rating. And that can be like 80%, 85%, 90%, depending on what level you're moving from and to. If you achieve that rating, they'll be pleased and they'll up you to the next level. You'll unlock all those new things. So that is the new progression system in PW2026. And also from the U screen, this is the new place to access your feedback and your records. Okay, now I've switched to WWE, as different promotions showcase the different features in better ways than others. So I'm going to show you now the new promotion screen, completely redesigned from scratch. So, very different to what you've seen in the 21st anniversary edition. Let's take it from the top. You have your logo up here, where you're based, size, momentum, what gender your promotion is for, the product. So if you hover over it, you get this here, and that will tell you the kind of thing that is expected from your shows. It's not overly strict, it's just to kind of give some kind of realism about what's accepted in different types of promotions. And this is your audience. There's no audience set up for this one in the data pack, but that would be things like children, families, teenagers, or adults. And again, that is the kind of thing that decides what you can get away with. If you have a children's promotion, then you're not going to be able to do bloody death matches, things like that. Now, another new thing is your main ring. So, there's a few factors when it comes to your ring. Number one, you can choose what type of ring you have, starting from a backyard ring, going up think you have 14 foot, 16 foot, 18 foot, 20 foot, or you can have a 6-sided ring. You can own it or you can hire it. So if you're a small indie, maybe you can't afford to buy your own ring, so you hire one for each time you do a show. The ring has a condition, and that will deteriorate the more that it is used. So if it gets too low, you'll get wrestlers complaining, maybe injuries will increase, so you'll just have to spend some money to either repair the ring or just buy a whole new one. What you can also do to make money is, if you own your ring, you can hire it out to other promotions. So that's a source of income, but the downside is the condition of the ring will deteriorate faster because it's being used more. So a lot of stuff going into that new feature of choosing your main ring. Office facilities, this is brand new as well. So it's a requirement for leveling up that you have to have a minimum level of office facilities. You need the amount of employees to do the necessary work at that level. And that's just a simple upgrade downgrade system, and each one comes with a running cost and an upgrade cost. Training facilities is much the same. That's now 15 levels of facilities, starting from very basic, kind of in a garage, right up to the performance center, which has just about everything. And that will decide the quality of the trainees that you have, how often you have those trainees, and also where they come from. Maybe get some international trainees if you've got a bigger facility that makes them want to travel to a different country to train with you. And you can now have a head trainer. So select one of your roster to be that role, and that will have an influence on the trainees that are produced by your training facilities. Production facilities. So you remember in the 21st anniversary edition, and pretty much every edition before that, you choose a production value for each type of show from 1 to 20. That's all out the window. Now you just choose one level of production facilities. Again, you've got 15 to choose from, and again it's the upgrade downgrade system, and you get details on each level of those and what it brings to the table. You'll see details of a TV deal here, so you can see obviously on national TV, and this is what we're paid per A show and per B show. And you can also see your authority figures, this time with a nice brand logo and their own picture as well, just to make it a bit more interesting to look at. Here is also where you will change the logo of your promotion, and for the first time in Promotion Wars history, you can rename your promotion. It will come at a cost, and it does have consequences. They could be good, they could be bad. But everything in Promotion Wars matters. Now, the last thing I'm going to show you in this video is another brand new screen, and it's very overdue for Promotion Wars. As a booking simulator, it's a crime that it's never had a finances screen, but finally Promotion Wars 2026 brings us that screen, and here it is. So the default view will always be this month's finances so far. You can see that from when the game started until now, which is a couple of days, the only thing that's gone out is the salaries. And that's a fair amount of salaries to pay out. But you'll see here very clearly broken down all of your income and all of your expenses, what they are, and what your current balance is, and whether you've made a profit or a loss so far this month. And if you've been playing for long enough on Promotion Wars 2026, you could also see last month as well, but obviously there will not be that information for my game. If you want to see a bigger picture, click on Show 12 months. Now what this shows by default is your balances every month for the last 12 months in a lovely little chart here. Hover over it, you'll see the figure it's showing you. Now I've just put these figures in as dummy data rather than play through an entire year of this game just to create the screen, but it is all working. And if you want to show the profit and loss instead of your balances, just click up there and you can see here it's a very turbulent company that I've entered here. They're making profit one month, loss the next, like nobody's business. But that's a nice graphical way to show you how you're doing over the last 12 months. Now if you're not doing so well, maybe you need to apply for a loan. So different levels of promotions can apply for different amounts of money. Obviously as a level 1 promotion we couldn't apply for $20 million, but we are level 6 so we can. And we're going to take out a loan for $5 million. Just to give ourselves a little pay rise. Now you can choose how you repay that loan over 6 months, 12 months or 24 months. Each with a different interest rate. The longer you take to pay back, the higher the interest rate will be. The bank wants their money back as soon as possible. We're going to go with 12 months at 5% interest. So, apply now. The loan has been agreed. We will repay a total of $5,250,000 in installments of $437,500 on the first of each month. I'm going to confirm that agreement. I'm told that the loan has now been paid and our repayments will start on the 1st of May 2024. It's currently the 5th of April, so it'll be the 1st of the next month. As you can see, our balance has jumped up. Our income now is $5 million in bank loans, which means we've made a profit so far in this couple of days we've been playing of $3,832,400. So that's not bad going, eh? And that concludes your tour of the new features of Promotion Wars 2026. The impossible question. Look, I'm not going to know this until the game's finished, and it's not going to be finished before the summer, so that's all I can really say. If I was working 9 to 5 on Promotion Wars, which I would absolutely love to do, it'd be a whole different story, but I've got rent and bills that I have to pay. I need my stable income from my not very fun job, so Promotion Wars has to fit around that, unfortunately. And not only that, but as I mentioned in the last video, a close family member of mine went in hospital last year. They came out of hospital start of December, but they went back in about 6 weeks later, and they've remained there since. They've been there 2.5 months now. I am the person that deals with their finances and everything, so it's been a lot, but I still managed to make some progress on the game, and it's been helpful to me to have that time to just focus on the game and switch everything else off in my brain. So Promotion Wars is a good thing in my life. You can see from this video that loads of work has been done, and the next main thing that I have to do is just when you approach a wrestler to book them or sign them, or you offer your wrestlers a new contract, I've just got to make sure that fits in with the new stuff of Promotion Wars 2026. And then, other than some general tweaking and checking, it'll be all the focus on that last section, the new booking system, which I haven't got to come up with from scratch. I did a lot of the work for it and planning, when I worked on a visualbasic.net promotion wars. Check out the 25th anniversary video for more about that. Anyway, I better let you go. Thank you for watching all of this video if you've stuck with it to now. I hope you're as pleased as I am with the progress made of Promotion Wars 2026 and how it's looking. Keep your eyes on PW2026.com, the YouTube channel and the socials to stay up to date with any developments from here on. And I will be putting in the hours to get this thing out as soon as I possibly can. And definitely before Grand Theft Auto 6. Thanks for watching. See you next time.